Division II, Division III Club, Petite Final.
All 5 crews are in the stake boat for event number 68, the Women's Collegiate D2, D3 Club Petite Final. Lane 1, Sonoma State. Lane 2, UC Irvine. Lane 3, UC San Diego. Lane 4, Long Beach State. And in lane 5, Chapman University.
You guys having a problem with the tower? Petite sent me over. You having a problem with the tower?
We kept working on it, and I finally held all 3 buttons in and it took off. So right now we don't have a problem.
Okay.
But it was starting.
Yes, once again, this is event number 68, the Women's Collegiate D2, D3 Club Petite Final.
Well, yesterday we did.
But is this as tall as you want it, or do you want to go up higher?
I believe this is high enough. Does it go higher?
Conditions still ideal here at the
Sonoma.
starting line.
UC Irvine, UCSD, Long Beach, Chapman. Attention. Go.
And they're off. Once again, if you're new to this sport, the first 5 to 6 strokes are fractions, usually a 3/4 half, 3/4, 3/4 full, followed by 10 to 15 upstrokes, and then the coxswain will call for the shift. The shift is down to a, I'll say the term comfortable, race pace, usually 34 strokes per minute, depending upon the ability and the condition of the crew. Right now in lane 3, UC San Diego is the early leader, followed by Sonoma State over in lane 1. As I say that, we're passing the 250-meter mark, and now the Seawolves from Sonoma State lead this race, followed by the crew in lane 2, the Anteaters of UC Irvine. 3rd position, UC San Diego, and then it's Long Beach State, and then Chapman. Your leader, Sonoma State, really lengthening the stroke out now, pushing those puddles well past the stern. They're actually trying to get some open water on the rival crews. So here we come to the 500-meter mark, and now by a little open water, it's Sonoma State leading this race in lane 1. Followed by, in close order, UC Irvine, UC San Diego, Long Beach State, and in the 5th position, Chapman University.
We are on the water with event number 68. This is the Women's Collegiate Division II, Division III Club Petite Final. Checking our lane assignments, and current leader in lane number 1 is Sonoma State. They are being challenged by the University of California, Irvine in lane 2. The UC San Diego B boat is in lane number 3. Long Beach State is pulling out of lane number 4, and that's Chapman University out in lane number 5.
The form crew from the heats, definitely Sonoma State in this event. They did a time that was significantly faster than the others yesterday. The big challenge is going to, or should come, from the UC Irvine crew in lane 2. Alan, I would expect to see some separation in this race. I don't know whether it's happening already, but I would expect to see a little bit of separation in this race between the crews in lanes 1 and 2 from the rest. But at the moment, it looks as though the University of California B boat is having a very good row and is putting some pressure on the UC Irvine boat. But Sonoma State have a clear lead at this point.
Sonoma State with some open water, reported by Jim Jorgensen, longtime coach at Orange Coast College. and our expert commentator from the start line to 500 meters. I'm joined by Charles Luckman, longtime student of rowing and a rower himself at Cambridge University. Sacramento State on the lead, and they do have some open water. Bit of a challenge coming from lane number 3, University of California San Diego B boat. Dropping back a bit is Irvine. Long Beach State on the outside has not lost contact, and on the far outside, that's Chapman College.
In fact, the separation between Sonoma and the rest of the field is starting to become significant, but there is very little in it between Irvine, UC San Diego B boat, and the Long Beach boat, with Chapman just dropping a little bit behind. I think Irvine might have eased past the UC San Diego B boat as they come into the third 500 meters of the race. The Long Beach is still putting the UC San Diego B boat under a bit of pressure. Chapman University seem a little wide in the outside lane, and I wonder if they might not have moved into a lane 6 from lane 5. That's guesswork on my part, but there seems to be quite a separation between them and the Long Beach crew in lane 4. Still very tight for that second spot. Sonoma State maintaining a lead. Irvine seem to be the crew that have upped their rate and intensity in the third 500 and are starting to move a little bit away from the rest of the crews in the race.
Sonoma State is on the shoreline, and they continue to lead with their flashing white blades coming out of the water in an excellent rhythm right now, and they have had the lead ever since the beginning. Irvine edging forward. On the outside, Long Beach State edging a bit forward with the University of San Diego, check that, the University of California San Diego B boat battling for the position behind now Irvine. On the outside, Long Beach State beginning to make a move, and Chapman College going a rather circuitous route, moved out to lane number almost 7, now appear to be back at least into 6 and trying to correct for a more direct line to the finish line, which would serve them well, but they're still trailing. Sonoma State even looks like they have picked up some extra yardage here of open water.
Yes, they've started their sprint. They've decided, whoops, these people are a little too close to us. Let's make really sure of this race. And part of that is because Irvine are really trying to get back on terms, and there's a real dogfight going on between Long Beach and the University of California San Diego B boat for third place. And Chapman are not out of it. They're still in touch.
Sonoma State may have surprised Irvine by ratcheting up a little bit quicker than possibly the Anteaters may have thought. On the outside, Long Beach is continuing to close ground. San Diego B boat is fading somewhat as Chapman College begins a rush to pick up on the outside. This is Sonoma State on the lead. Open water of about 2 boat lengths. Then comes the University of California Irvine. Sliding up to that third position is Long Beach State. The University of California San Diego has decided to get back in it a little bit and ratchet it up, but too little too late as Chapman College on the outside continues to maintain the trailing position. Sonoma State on the lead. Beautifully picturesque on our smooth
Alan,
water.
have a look at what is happening out in lanes 2 and 3.
2 and 3, it looks like San Diego B boat is crashing in on the, check that, Long Beach State crashing in on the University of California San Diego B boat.
Yes, Long Beach State moved right over into the University of California B boat's lane and stopped them rowing completely. Long Beach are completely out of their lane, and that's going to allow Chapman to come past both of them and take third spot. That was really unfortunate.
We have seen a couple of those during our race progress here at San Diego's Crew Classic. A couple of radical moves, and maybe you might explain what are some of the circumstances that create that.
Well, I couldn't see anything which explained that one. All of a sudden in this race, Long Beach, for reasons unknown, decided to leave their lane and moved right in front of the UC San Diego crew who were entitled to be where they were in their lane. You move out of your lane at your own peril. The real misfortune here is, okay, Long Beach are at fault, but look on the far outside of the Jumbotron there, the crew that was in 5th place here is going to come through and take 3rd because of that stoppage.
Well, fortunately, it does not look like we have any damage or injuries on that. And unfortunately for Long Beach State, making a nice row and heading for 3rd position, tangled up with the University of California San Diego B boat, and that allows Chapman to get into the 3rd position. You can look at the official standings at our scoreboard, which is a little bit north of the tent on the knoll. Also in that area, vendors, an opportunity to see some of the many fine vendors that are here displaying their wares at the 2011 San Diego Crew Classic.
Yes, Alan, that incident, that the move by Long Beach State was so radical that the officials behind the race almost just didn't have time to react to it and correct their course, which they normally do by directing the Long Beach crew with a